Picture a physician making $250,000 a year who still sweats when the credit card bill arrives. It's a mathematical paradox. They earn in the top 5%, yet they live paycheck to paycheck, completely trapped in a cycle of earning more just to break even. This diagram shows the two basic variables of personal finance: income and expenses. In a neutral state, they begin at the exact same baseline. You earn $1, you spend $1 to live. But human psychology creates a vacuum effect. When your income line rises, your brain immediately registers an empty void. To fill that space, the expense line snaps right up to meet it, locking the two lines together. This locked upward movement is lifestyle inflation. You make more money, but your living costs rise in lockstep, paralyzing any actual growth in your net worth. Without recognizing this mechanical trap, a $50,000 salary increase does not buy financial freedom. It simply funds a more expensive, highly polished version of the exact same hamster wheel. Escaping the paycheck-to-paycheck trap is rarely about earning more money. It requires a deliberate intervention in the structural mechanics of how you spend. We can trace this trap by zooming in from massive top-line salary numbers down to Tuesday afternoon consumer decisions. Financial stagnation rarely comes from walking into a dealership and impulsively buying a six-figure sports car. Massive, obvious luxury purchases are easy to spot and avoid. This diagram illustrates the upward ratchet. It represents an invisible process where small comforts slowly disguise themselves as absolute necessities. The gear turns, clicking upward to a new standard of living, and physically locks into place. It cannot move backward. Our brains adapt to this newly established baseline incredibly fast. The moment you get used to the higher standard, the old standard vanishes, making your new, expensive lifestyle feel like the bare minimum required to survive. It happens click by click. The drip coffee becomes a daily $6 artisanal pour-over. The reliable sedan is traded for a luxury lease. Dining out goes from a Friday night treat to a Tuesday convenience. The one-bedroom apartment becomes a two-bedroom with a view. Your expenses are psychologically programmed to expand and consume any new income. Because of this, trying to casually out-earn your spending habits is mathematically impossible. To break that upward ratchet, you have to introduce a counterforce: artificial friction. Let's bring back our chart. Imagine you receive a 20% promotion, but this time it enters a newly disciplined system. The income line jumps sharply upward. Instead of letting the expense line follow, you apply artificial friction. You automate a transfer to your savings account and strictly lock in your previous year's standard of living. The expense line is forced to stay completely flat. By pinning down your spending, a distinct physical space begins to widen between what you earn and what you consume. That specific, unspent, empty space is wealth. Lasting prosperity is not an active state of accumulating expensive goods. It is the disciplined preservation of that mathematical void between earning and spending. Society trains us to recognize wealth through high visible consumption: designer clothes, luxury watches, sprawling houses. But the math shows us that true wealth is actually the invisible gap we just mapped out. A massive salary does not make you rich. It only provides the raw material, the literal opportunity to build wealth. Exercising financial discipline does not mean living in miserable frugality. It is an act of strategic, highly intentional control. When you secure your next pay raise, apply a simple rule. Allocate a small, fixed percentage of that new money for immediate lifestyle joy. This satisfies human nature and prevents burnout. Then, execute the final step. Systematically route the remaining majority of that raise directly into investments. You have to move the money before your brain has time to adapt to the new income baseline. The ultimate measure of financial independence is not found in the visible things you buy. It is built entirely within the invisible gap you ruthlessly protect.